Welcome to Excel Basics Part 2. Last time we created this template to calculate the future value that was needed to repay a simple interest loan. Now we want to use this template to solve a different type of problem. Let's go over to this next tab. So this problem deals with a payday loan. We want to use that previous template. I should have copied it. So let's just highlight that template. We can then right click and say copy, or we could use a Control C. Go to where we want to place it. I'll right click and say paste, and there it is. Now we might want to adjust the cells a little bit, the columns, so we can get all the words in. We can see them. All right. So there's our template. Now, this problem, we borrow $500 from a payday loan company for 2 weeks, and they charge us $75 finance charge. And the question is to determine what the annual rate is. Now, notice the annual rate is up here in one of our input cells. Now, the thing we do not want to do is to change the values of the formulas here and take away those formulas and make them into constants. All right. So what do we know? Well, we borrowed $500, but actually you don't really get to walk away from that loan company with the $500 because they take their finance charge first. So they'll take that $75 away from the $500 and you walk away with $425. So you're really only coming away with $425. We'll just leave the annual rate alone for a while. And what about the term of this? Well, the term was going to be for 2-week period. So as we've done before, I'll put equal to divided by 52. That's the fraction of the year that deals with weeks. And then it calculated, using the simple interest formula, these various values. Now, this value, well, we can either do one of two things. We can either want the interest, we could try to find the annual rate so that the interest is going to be $75, or find the annual rate so that the amount that we have to give the company back in 2 weeks is $500. Well, let's do that. Now, as I said, I don't want to change this to $500. So what do? Well, we use one of two tools here. One is either GoldSeek or the solver. So let's do GoldSeek first. Okay, GoldSeek says that if we set a cell, well, I had the cursor on B9, so that's the cell I want. We want to set it to what value? The value 500. And we want to change what? We want to change the annual rate in order to find out what annual rate is going to convert that rest of the data into the repay cell of 500. Press OK, and then it says it found it, so I said OK, and there's what it becomes. Well, what is that rate? Remember that interest rate was entered as a decimal, so this is 459%. Pretty good rate of percent. Okay, so that uses GoldSeek. Let me change this back to what it was before so I can make the computer work. Now, how do we use the solver, which is a very powerful tool? Well, it's under Data. It's under Tools. Now, it's listed in my menu here, but if it's not listed in yours, you want to go down to where it says Add-ins. Click Add-ins, and there's a list of add-ins, including the solver add-in that I already have checked because I use it all the time. So you want to make sure that's checked. Then click OK, and then it will appear in your tool menu. This is in Windows, in Excel 2003. In Excel 2007, you have to do something else to get it to appear in your list of functions here. So let's go and look at solver. Now, same sort of thing as before. We want to set the target cell. I want to set that to the amount that we want to repay, and I want to make the amount that we repay equal to the value of, and I have to put in 500 here. And now, what am I going to change in order to make the input data convert the repay amount to 500? I want to change the annual rate. And that's it. So I've got the parameters set correctly. I tell it to solve. It says it found a solution. I say fine, good. Okay, and there we see it's got that 459%, exactly like we came up before. So we can either use the solver or we can use GoalSeek in order to solve for initial, find the value of initial parameters here that forces the value of a function to be something we specified. Okay, in the next video we'll take a look at setting up a basic graph. Thank you.